Today I'm going to be doing a 3D resin bloom in our 8-point flower mold using Bond Craftor Resin. I have some new alcohol inks from Ranger, the Tim Holtz line in Vineyard and Boysenberry, and I'm also going to be using Marigold alcohol ink by Octopus Fluids. And as usual, I'll be using Castin Craft white pigment paste. I waited until the resin was about 40 degrees Celsius to warm up because this is a thinner resin. It's just a 1-to-1 craft resin, and I wanted to make sure the blooms had plenty of time to form in the resin. Have to give a great shout out to Bond Craftor. They reached out to me and asked if I wanted to try out their resin, and as you'll see, I got a great result using it. I'll have a link in the description below directly to their website. There I'm putting a little bit of crushed glass and glitter in the center. And like I said, that resin was already at 40 degrees Celsius. And by the time I put the glitter in the center, my white was already at like 39 degrees as well. I put 2 ounces on the bottom of this mold, and I used 0.68 ounces for the white with 6 drops of the Casting Craft. And there I just took the Marigold and put it in the center. And now I'm starting with, I think it's the Boysenberry. I think this is the more pinky purple of the two. There was a third color in this set called Cobalt, but I did not use that one. I was very surprised, these just being alcohol inks. I haven't used Tim Holtz's line in a long time. I'm surprised that they aren't dissipating. They really held themselves in the resin. The colors stayed true. Which I usually don't experience with alcohol inks. Usually alcohol inks just dissipate and fall apart, which is why I usually use the resin inks by Octopus Fluids. And here I decided I didn't have enough of that one color, so I just went in and added some more. It probably wasn't necessary to do this. But they are very rich purple colors. Pinky purple there and a darker purple on the outside. And then I'm just taking the white in my piping bag and drawing the circles for my bloom. And because this mold has 8 points on it, I also go out into the points. I did not swirl my colors in the center, I just left them be. And because this resin was almost at 40, well, it was at 40 degrees, it was starting to set up, which I found the closer you get to 40 degrees when doing these blooms, the better the blooms will hold. And then still adding some more white. I then take the silicone pen and draw in from the outside in. This bloom mold makes it really easy to decide where to do your points at because the points are already there for you. And when you're dragging, you don't want to be touching the bottom of the mold. You're just going through the colors that are sitting on top of the resin. And this mold only holds about 4 to 5 ounces total. 2 ounces on the bottom, 0.68 for the white, and then I think I end up doing 2 ounces for the back as well. And here I'm just pulling inside out through some of those colors. I actually will do this again this weekend with my Octopus Fluid inks using the same Bond Craftor resin. I have to say this is some of the clearest resin. It was so shiny just mixing it up. I was really surprised. Hardly any smell to it whatsoever. And here I mixed up 2 ounces of resin for the back, and I used 5 scoops of this new blackish silver mica I have, and I added 1 scoop of the Pearl-X Micropearl mica, and it made like a shimmery blackish gray color. I didn't want solid black. I was going to put the interference powder, but because this was so purple, I decided not to, and just have the blackish background for my flowers to pop against. Here I just dragged a little bit out in the edges. I wasn't sure if I needed 2 ounces. So I just dragged it out into the points and I ended up pouring the rest of it in. So I would say 5 ounces total for this mold. Fills it to a nice degree. I don't even have a name for this mica powder. There's no mica for the black. It's just something from Amazon in a huge jar. I don't even know. I'd have to look it up. But it was a good amount of mica, and it's not, like I said, it's not a black. It's like a silvery black, which I like. But no glitter. Just a shimmer to the black. And there's just the rest of the black going in the back. And this resin cures pretty fast. By the next day, like 12 hours later, I was able to demold it. And look how pretty that looks. Wow, those purples and pinks and the whites just pop against that background. Let us know what you think about this pour in the comments below.